कुछ पाना न कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. This session we will study the 12th chapter of Panchadashi. Last sessions we have studied the 11th chapter, and the theme of these 5 chapters starting from 11 to 15 is Brahmananda. So this Brahmananda is the ultimate bliss which cannot be improved upon, which can never be destroyed. It is eternal bliss. What we know is constant blisters. The truth is eternal bliss. So, first chapter dealt with Brahmananda Yogananda. Just to summarize the thought, life is a matrix of 2 components. One is change, second is no change. Everything is having these 2 aspects. And we had to go further. There was a teacher many years before, and he was teaching physics. And he was very arrogant because of his education and all that. There was one student, very simple, and he was as if not interested. So the teacher scolded him. You are not putting your mind in what I am teaching. He said, no, I want to ask you before you go further. You are talking about the space. When you go away from the earth, there is darkness. Now, is darkness an object? Physics studies light, not darkness. What is darkness? Absence of light. Similarly, we talk about miseries. Sarvam dukkhamayam jagat. So what is the misery? Dukkha. Is it an object? No. Absence of bliss is dukkha. Therefore, if we go further in our inquiry, we come to know life is having these 2 aspects. One is constant change, and other is that which is supporting all the changes without undergoing any change. 2 things. Therefore, samsara is samsarati iti samsara. That which is constantly subject to modification and change is samsara. And we are all lost only in these changes. And we are unable to get out of it. Therefore, we were told in the 11th chapter, Brahmananda Yogananda. Now what is the yoga? Yoga is a union with the one which is our essential nature. It is something like this. Yoga is husband becoming a man. Yoga. And what the yoga does? Yoga liberates us from all the miseries of life. And what is that which is the source of misery? Our wrong notions. We are all the victims of our own notions. We have never inquired whether our notions are valid, real, useful, or we carry the burden of those notions. We are all leading notional life. And therefore, after we get frustrated, disgusted, then we hear, oh, there is one yoga course. Let us go and join the yoga course. There is a friend of mine, he is also Swami. He was studying medical in UK. After the classes, everything is over. He used to be all alone. This is a typical tragedy of all the NRIs in the world. While working, they are together. After the working hours are over, again they sort out. Gujaratis go to Gujus, Marathi go to Gujarati, Tamil go to Tamil. And then again all the time waiting for the same. Next day, go for the work, come together, separately. See? Every day happening the same. See? So, this person who was thus struggling, what he was struggling? To come back to his own kind. In the office, somebody is a scientist, somebody is a driver, somebody is a engineer. But ultimately, after the job is over, they want to come back to their kind. So Gujus will go to the Gujus, the Bango will go to Bangos. Bango, you know? Bengalis. One of my friend told me, Swamiji, I bought a car. Really? Which one? Volvo. Which is this Volvo car? I have not heard about it. You don't know? Volvo. Vivo. Happiness is your own nature. You don't have to seek happiness. Allow the happiness to express. So, we are all the time seeking our own kind. And for that, my friend, he started going to the yoga classes. And he told me, you know, Swamiji, why I was going to yoga classes? Not for yoga. Because in all the yoga classes, they have got beautiful pictures of the girls standing on one leg, hand above. That was my attraction. Then he was young. Now he is a Babaji. So, that is to attract. Nice to go there. And mix with the girls and all that. It was a great time. Slowly, my mind started becoming quieter and quieter. See? And then, one day it clicked me. What is yoga? Yoga is coming back to your own being. In being, there are no efforts. In becoming, there are efforts. And therefore, yoga, we have seen in the last chapter, they told us that first of all, remain steady in one posture. Don't get constantly moving here and there. So, from the changes, from the movement, we are trying to come back to the absence of movement. Then, our breathing is erratic. Then we are told, make your breathing perfectly balanced. Again, from the error to the normal. Then our mind runs here and there. Then we are told, you can control your mind by pranayama. Then the pranayama was taught. And ultimately, then we are told, yogaha chitturti nirodhaha, thought freedom from the thoughts. So what is the whole process of yoga? That we are now giving up seeking happiness in the world, but discovering happiness as our own nature. Therefore, Patanjali says, yogaha chitturti nirodhaha tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Yada, when chittavritti nirodha happens, meaning when no thoughts disturb us. This is so It has to click only once in a lifetime. Sthitva syam antakalepi brahma nirvana mucchati. Nothing will thereafter disturb us. Because we come to discover this. It is not mechanically. The first, we are going mechanically because wherever we are, we start our journey from there. Where are we? We are lost in the world. So therefore, what yoga does, teaches us, first of all, live in this world, but now stop reacting. So how do we stop reacting? Yama sadhana. So in the yama sadhana, we are told, ahimsa satya asteya parigraha brahmacharya. Don't react in life, only act. Reactions are the product of a strong personality. Take for example, if you take a rubber ball and hit it on the floor, it will bump to the same way as it was forcibly thrown. If the same rubber ball, we hit it against water, it will not bump that much. See? So when we are coming in contact with the world and we react, then we are a very strong personality. Therefore, first step, Brahmananda, Yogananda I am talking. Then we later the second chapter, 12th chapter. So first of all, Yama sadhana, live in this world. How? Life is a time pass. Don't react. You are here just to pass time. Then, second, if I am disturbed because of any one of you, I will run away. That is not the reason why I go out of India for 6 months. So, but if I am disturbed, frustrated because of myself, where will I go? And we are all suffering because of this. And constant complaints. My mind is very disturbed. What can I do? Your mind, you decide. See? Then we are told the second step. Leave the changes and come to the changeless. So there again, niyam sadhana, meaning we don't become a problem to ourselves. So first, shaucha, external cleanliness with internal purity. Santosha, contentment. Santosha, anuttama sukha lava. Unparalleled bliss, if you are content. Then tapas, discover self-confidence. Many people have got the same thing. Swamiji, when we listen to you, it becomes so simple, it is so easy. But the moment we put on our shoes again, things will come back. What to do? Don't put on your shoes. Put on somebody else's shoes. Complaining. Why? Because there is no self-confidence. We have to have self-confidence. See? Nobody can do any disturbance to us unless we cooperate. ये क्या कर रहा है लड़का? अभी बैठ लो, सब बैठे, तुमको अकेले क्या हो गया? कोई नहीं, चकत बैठो वहां, कोई जरूरत नहीं. So the self-confidence comes when we are able to respect knowledge in our action. Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam chinta vilaparahitam sa titiksha nigadyate. If we cannot undergo little bit difficulties here and there, then ours become the 5-star spirituality. Little bit difficulties are necessary in life. Then we can discover, yes, I can do that. See? So, tapas. Then swadhyaya. Swadhyaya, observe your mind. Then you will come to discover that in most of the time we are constantly reacting to small little things here and there. See? Swadhyaya and regular listening to satsanga. Twice a day, morning and evening. Like we take minimum 2 meals a day for the body. So 2 satsang is a meal for the mind. If we don't take food regularly, we will become weak. In the same manner, if we do not listen to satsang, all what you have been doing, it goes washes away. It's very fragile. See? Thereafter, tapas swadhyaya, then Ishvara pranidhanani. Friends, remember basic thing of spiritual path. We have to have one altar in our life, before whom we have no question, no argument, just accept as it is. What will happen? We will transcend the logic in our life. Logic makes a person logically miserable. See? Why God created this world? Understand, he is a frustrated fellow. See? That is why I don't entertain why and how. All those people who are whiling, they are frustrated. Why do they say that? Then we are no more a problem for us. Now see what is the state? First, we are not taking the world as a problem. Now second, we are not a problem for us. So from the changes, disturbances, we have come to the changeless, disturbanceless. Thereafter, the next step comes, and it is the Sthira Sukham Asana. Then we come to the next step, steadiness of what? Physical body initially, but ultimately steadily happy and happily steady. That is important. And it can come only if the source of happiness is steady. You take any source of happiness other than our own self is not steady. Same thing, whatever you are eating, you like it very much. Keep on eating. One Rasgulla, second Rasgulla, third, fourth, fifth. As you keep on increasing the number of Rasgulla being consumed, the intensity of happiness goes down. See? Sthira Sukham. That happiness which is not corrupted on account of anything. That is asana. Not various kind of body postures like the circus. No. Sthira Sukham asana. Then comes pranayam. The pranayam is what? Pranayam is making our life a steadily active and actively steady. And that can happen when these two things come together. Pranayam is active action and the knowledge is mind. And these two things are perfectly together. See? And for that we are told first of all physical exercises through pranayam. And then we are told now just do not do but observe your own breathing. Now do it right now. Just get this point. Listen to your heartbeats in your ears. Listen to your heartbeats. Now go one step further. Listen to your heartbeats in your heart, the center of your chest, spiritual heart. Listen it there. Now this experience cannot be compared with anything. Suppose you like something, you get it. I'm so happy. But that happiness is created because of indulgence. And that happiness dies after some time when you keep on indulging again and again. Therefore, pranayam is a way to go back to the mind. Then pratyahar. The world enters us through these 5 gateways. World is what? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, 5 objects. They enter our mind through the 5 gateways. Ahara means to eat. Pratyahara means not to eat. How to do that? Our Mahamantra tells. What is the word? Name and a form. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. How simple. But old habit. Dekho, suno, bolte raho. No need. Now this experience is uncomparable. It is not like this or like that, because it is unique. See? That is pratyahar. Let the world not enter us, and world enters when we react. See? Seeing the colors and forms and getting angry or frustrated, the world has entered. Seeing the world, no problem. Very simple, pratyahar. Up to here is the external Brahmananda Yogananda, external. Then we come to the internal practice, internal yoga abhyas. Internal yoga abhyas is not complaining about the world or the mind, but defining what is the disturbed mind. And what is the source of disturbances? And what is the meaning of disturbed mind? Think. Then we will discover by contemplation and analyzing our own experiences. Friends, the highest spiritual practice is learning from our own experiences every day. Learn something or other. So what we have to learn, that when we say mind is disturbed, means what? Our mind runs in places, in times and in objects. Places, oh, Before I came here, I was there in Kuala Lumpur and it was very hot. But before that, when I was in Melbourne, it was so cold. I had to put a lot of clothes. And when I came to Kuala Lumpur, I wanted to remove everything. So what is happening? Mind is running in time, space and objects. So what is to be done? Go through the experiences, but no comment. When we don't make comments, no memories are formed. When memories are not formed, the mind remains uncontaminated. And for that, Yoga Shastra tells that first of all, learn, that's what I told you just now. Here, the heartbeats, your own heartbeats in your own heart, in the center. So what is happening? Mind is nailed in one place. Then this is called a dharana. So mind will not run from one place to another place. The second is dhyana. Only one object. What is that object? Our own breathing, so you don't have to worry about anything. One day you will discover this principle. Our sense organs are not meant only for hearing outside. All our sense organs function outside as well as inside. When you are taking something hot or cold, the heat and coldness is felt outside as well as when the food goes inside. There also you feel the heat and cold. Sounds are not heard only from outside, but when there is some kind of good going on in the stomach, that also we hear. Therefore, sense organs are not limited inside. They are also inside, outside, outside, inside. Expand yourself. So, mind is fixed in one place, dharana, one object, our own breathing. So, two parameters we have to conquer, space and time, space and object. Then third, we have to practice it for a longer period of time. So, the mind is fixed in our own heart, object is the heartbeats, and listen to that for a longer period of time, samadhi. So, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Mind is nailed in time, space and object. And this experience we all have when we are in deep sleep. Where are we? When are we? What are we? We. Zero. But we continue to exist. And therefore, we want to go to sleep. If somebody doesn't get sleep, he is disturbed. Actually, what we get in sleep? Nothing. But yet we want to sleep. Because that experience is unlike the experience of indulgence with the worldly things through sense organs, mind or intellect. So, yoga abhyas gives us glimpses of Brahmananda. This is what we have seen in our 11th chapter, Brahmanande Yogaranda. Now, we enter the 12th chapter. It is Brahmanande Atmananda. So, we are trying to discover Brahmananda through the process of Yoga Abhyas. Now, here, a question is raised. See? Nanvenam Vasananandat Brahmanandadipitaram Vettu Yogi Nijanandam Mudhasya Atra Asti Kagati. there are some people who are social workers. Social workers are interested in improving the society. Themselves they are destroyed. When I was teaching in Kaivalya Dham, Lonavala, we used to have classes there, very deep studies. And this event, what I am telling you, was happening when I was talking on Brahma Sutras. Now, Brahma Sutra is a very deep subject. So, whatever students are sitting and listening quietly, I have to explain. There was one gentleman, Agrawal, I still remember his name. He came once or twice after the lecture. Swamiji, I want to talk to you something. I said, Suroja. Only this Brahman, nothing is going to help. Work hard, sweat, toil. Look at the laborers, how they are working. I said, very good, you are so intelligent. Now we can do one thing, we can exchange. All the students will go and do that labor work. And then all the laborers come and sit in my class. I have no problem. So, go and ask them. So he said, very good. He went to the laborers. So they said, we feel pity on the students. Whole day they are sitting and listening. How can you listen to that? Brahman, all the time. We like only physical. This is the question. See? A doubt is raised here. See? That Nanu evam vasananandat brahmanandat api itaram. Now what is vasanananda? Vasanananda we already explained, we will go further in detail. Vasanananda is the lingering happiness. For example, this example I think I have given. I was in somebody's house. Swamiji, you take something. I said, no, my stomach is full. No, you have come for the first time. Something you should take. Okay, you take little apple. So he told the wife or somebody, get apple for Swamiji. So they cut it and so I had to take one piece. I took a bite and kept it back. Why Swamiji? I said, I don't take onions. Swamiji, this is apple. I said, is it? Try. And when he looked, oh God! I said, this is the first time I have seen apple smelling like onion. Then called the servant. Did you clean that knife before cutting? No, it was already sharp. So, this is Vasanananda. We sleep, very deep sleep. And after the sleep is over, we don't want to get out of the bed immediately. We keep on lingering. Only 2 minutes more, okay? Don't disturb. What is that? That is Vasanananda. See? And then we become victim of that Vasanananda. Longer and longer. So, Nanu evam Vasanananda. Then, Brahmanandat api itaram. Then similarly, there is another happiness also, like the Yogananda we have seen. But is there something much more than that? Vasanananda and the Yogananda. So, api itaram nijanandam. If this is there, mudhasya kagatihi atra. But ignorant people will not understand this. Then do you think they will never get Brahmananda? Because they are ignorant. Therefore, remember, if we are studying Vedanta, do not get lost in becoming a social worker. Social workers are those who want to improve the society. And Vedanta tells us, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Nabara. The only thing we can do with the world, recognize the world as an appearance and not real. Bhagavad Gita tells the same thing. Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto natya adhinnati sampradishta ashrathameram suvirudamulam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. This world appears so beautiful, but it is not there. Therefore, learn from experiences. When we sleep, where are we, when are we, what are we? Nothing. But we continue to exist. See, friends. Therefore, three options are there. Something is. Something is, what can you do? You are. Then something is not. What can you do? Nahi to nahi. Third, something doesn't exist but appears. That starts creating problems in life. See? Therefore, this third option is the samsara. Then, if the world is an illusion, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, what can you do with the illusion? Your social work will disappear. Your attachment to the thing and being will be crumbled down. It will not stand. The only thing that we can do with the illusions is recognize the illusion as an illusion is the only way to go beyond illusions. Illusions cannot be improved. Illusions cannot be destroyed. Illusions cannot be useful. See, illusions cannot be changed because they don't exist. Therefore, Brahmanandat api itaram nijanandam mudasya atra kagati. Then for poor fellows, those who are ignorant, they will not understand. Then what about them? How they will get the Brahmananda? पहले अपना काम करो, दुनिया को सुधारने। देखो महाराज, initially when anybody studies, Vedanta, it is something like you take food, and if your food if you have not digested the food, then what happens? It comes out as a vomit. And if the food is digested, it doesn't come out as vomit. See? Similarly, when study of Vedanta is digested, you will become quiet. ना खाऊं से दोस्ती, ना खाऊं से बैर. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. How simple it is. So, mudasya atra kagati. What will happen to the ignorant? This is the question the student has raised. Now, dharma vashad esha jayatam mriyatam api punah punardeha lakshahi kim no dakshinyato vada. See, these mood ignorant people, they are following the path of dharma adharma. And because of that, they are again and again born, they die, jayatam mriyatam api punah lakshadehi kim no dakshinyato vada. मैं क्या करूं? If somebody is hungry, you can give food. Somebody is bekoof, what can you do? See, friends. Therefore, you see, the difference is this. The hired teachers are different, and those teachers who are not hired, they are different. Tutor and the scriptural teachers, they are different. So, dharma adharma vashad esha jayatam mriyatam api. According to the dharma adharma, they will be born, they die. Punah again and again. What can I do? Tell me. So, kim naha dakshinyatam vada. No. I should have something to do, I should have compassion for them, Poor people, they are suffering in life. Therefore, you go to these people who are suffering. See, you are suffering, because you are too much involved and attached with your children. Therefore, who asks you? तुमको बच्चे हैं क्या? You will never understand. Then you feel frustrated. See, I wanted to help it. Friends, whenever anything is imposed on others, it is rejected. Don't impose anything on anybody in the world, including your love. See, friends, I am a victim of their imposition. They impose their good food on me. Their good food. For me, it is a tragedy. One person asked, Swamiji, I have seen you. You do japa a lot. I have seen you. Yes, I do japa. But why you have to do japa? I said, to nullify the sins. What sins you do? I call the food as good, although it is not. So it is a lie. So when I speak the lies, it is a sin. Therefore, I keep on chanting Krishna. See, friends, Kim Dakshinyata, compassion. What is achieved by this? Nothing is achieved. Don't feel sorry, frustrated for anybody. This I learned from one great Mahatma from Vrindavan. Many years before. Maybe 30 or more than 30, 40 years. I was young that time. I had a good friend, a Tamilian in Calcutta. Can you imagine? What a funny thing. So, I was out of station. After about 6 months, I again went. So I went to his house. So his wife said, Swami, don't touch him. Okay? He was lying on the bed with a mosquito net around. She said, he's having, bone cancer. If you touch anything, it breaks cut. So don't do that. So I saw that he was a very good friend of mine. Felt so bad. So I sat there and did Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purva Rukamiya Vandana Nrityor Mukshiyamamana. I have chanted mechanically. And after that, I went to see somebody, some satsang I went. And there was Mahatma. That was the first time I have asked a question in my whole life. First time. That was the last question. So I asked. Mahatma said, yes, you have something going in your mind. I said, yes. What is that? So I told, this is what I have done. He was in the last stage of his cancer. I did it. Prayers. So God, please save him. So whether whatever I have done is right or wrong, I want to know that. He said, now, gone is gone. Don't brood over it. Learn from this. Then he said, do you know better what is good for him, or God knows better what is good for him? We being the Indians, we are all born doctors. And we are all having degrees from WhatsApp University. ये कर लो ठीक हो जाएगा अरे ठोक दिया. Then he said, don't meddle in God's creation. If you want to help whatever is required. But don't have that wrong notion. Poor fellow, no. You serve, don't have compassion. Compassion is what? You have discovered something inferior in him. A beggar on the roadside and sitting there like this, see, poor fellow doesn't get anything to eat. Oh my God. Okay, I am eating this sandwich half. Okay, you take this beta. So what you are doing? You are seeing, looking down upon him. Compassion declares we are superior than others for whom we have compassion. Do we have compassion for our parents? We have respect for them. Therefore, we don't have compassion for the parents. We serve them. So in place of compassion, there should be an attitude of service. And when we serve, then the one who is served is recognized as someone superior. Parents we serve. Our doggy we don't serve. I don't know if the right example or not. Narayana. So, Dakshanyataha kim vada. What will he get out of compassion? Poor people, they are dying, they don't understand, they are drinking and smoking, it is bad for their own health, but they don't understand. You also join. Asti vaha anujagrukshatvar dakshanyena prayojanam tarhi bruri samudha kim jidnyasurva paramukha. Okay. My dear friend, your concern I am asking you. Anujagrukshatvar, that means you want to be compassionate and you have a desire to help others. Okay, good. Tell me, by compassion, what is achieved? By compassion, we destroy the respect for the person for whom we have compassion. Never have compassion for anybody. If you have to have respect, not compassion. When we have compassion, we are only at the external periphery of his personality. But when we respect somebody, we are going deeper to the source which is supporting all the changes. When there is the compassion, our mind is disgusted. But when there is reverence, the mind is elevated. Therefore, asti vo anujagritva dakshanyena prayojanam tarhi bruhi. Okay, if you feel that there is a purpose, by compassion we can achieve something, then tell me, okay. Tarhi bruhi saha mudaha kim jidnyasu va paramukha. About whom you are talking? Are you talking about a person who is mood ignorant one? Then kim jidnyasurva, or whether he is the dispassionate seeker of the truth? Who is he? Accordingly we will talk to you. As is the disease, so is the medicine. Everybody you cannot give. You must have seen in the old days, the old ladies at home, they used to have something, what you call that Ayurvedic thing. I remember one thing, it is called as Sutsekar. Anything happening, beta come, they will be taking the stone and करो, ऐसा करेंगे, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Any disease like that. So everybody do this. No, it cannot be. To find out whether he is ignorant or he is extrovert or he is dispassionate seeker. Find out. 3 options are given. Now depending upon the 3 types of suggestions can be given. So Jidnyasurva Bruhi, kindly tell who is that person about whom you are having so much of compassion. Now continuing further. Upastim karmava bruyat vimukhaya yathochitam manda pragnam tu jidnyasum atma jnanena bodhaye atmanandena bodhaye. Upasti karmava bruyat vimukhaya yathochitam. Those who are vimukhaya, extrovert, for them, what is the proper thing to be told? That you want to fulfill your desires here. You are unable to get your desire fulfilled. No, I am trying my best. Why? Because you have to invoke the God's grace, then you will be successful in life. So, he is seeking outside, but taking the support of something other than his efforts only. And therefore, yatha uchitam, the different types of upasana are told. Yatha uchitam upastim va karma, or else ask him to do the karma. So depending upon the person to whom we are addressing, the different types of spiritual practices are taught. You cannot directly go to the children. Like, once a person is Mahatma, he was going for satsang. So he asked his Guru Maharaj, I have to go for satsang, please bless me. Where are you going? I am going to the school. They have got a nice arrangement. So they asked me to teach Bhagavad Gita to them. Very good. Don't tell them Brahman. They are children. Otherwise you go there, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahma Yuganapara. No. Depending upon the person, ask them to do karma, do the... See, Yajnathat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma vandana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. See, instead of working only for yourself, work for others. It's a great fun, a great joy. In this manner, depending upon the type of student, instructions are given. This is the meaning. Therefore, if somebody is extrovert, then okay, your desires will be fulfilled if you do this thing. Therefore, you must have seen many people do this. There was one boy, a dumb boy, coming from average or lower category type boy, and he liked one girl from a very rich family, and he wanted to marry her. So she told, look here, I appreciate you, your sincerity, but you are very poor, my parents will not agree. If they agree, I will marry you. But I know they will not agree. I will see, they will agree. What will you do? I will go to Vaishno Devi. And then, Shadi kara do, Jai Mata Di, Jaldi kara do, Jai Mata Di, Abhi kara do, Jai. He went from Bombay to Vaishno Devi barefooted. And when that girl told, see that he has done so much, he really loves me. I know he is poor, but to get such a loving partner is a great thing in life. Father said, there cannot be a better fool than this who is good for you. Then he got married. Thereafter, Garjavai, most pathetic condition. When a girl gets married and goes to the husband's house, she is called as Gruha Lakshmi. But when man gets married to the girl and goes to her house, he is called as Garjavai. See the difference? And when he became a Garjavai, he understood his position is worse than a dog in the house. He got frustrated. Now he wanted to give up. Then again, Jai Mata Di, Jaldi tod do, Jai Mata Di. Ab nahi hota, Jai Mata Di, main to kyun hu, Jai Mata Di. So depending upon the disease, the medicines are given. So for the extrovert, Vimukhaya, Yatha Uchitam Upastim. If you do this upasana, you will get it. See? Like many people ask this question. Swamiji, give me some mantra. Because of that, then I want to achieve something. Upasana. And then karma va bruya. And those who are very physical, see, बैठने से कुछ नहीं होता. You do karma. Go from here to there, walk. Do seva. Friends, I come across many of them, very sincere people, associated with very great organizations. Very sincere. Organization also good. But the question comes, Swamiji, we have been doing seva. 1 day, 2 days, 1 year, 2 years, last 15 years, only seva. What next? That day I discovered one principle. Those who want to do something in this world, they will use us. They won't give knowledge. They use us. And those who don't have to do anything in this world, they only can give us fear-free knowledge. No expectation. Therefore, karma bruyat manda pradyam, and those who are manda pradyam, they are not very intelligent, but they want to know, jigyasu. See? Then we have to teach them and analyze their experiences in such a manner that they are no more caught up in the experience of happiness as a result of action. It is for this purpose we have to explain to them that you are seeking happiness, but the truth is you are the happiness. Discover happiness. If you remember, in the 15th chapter, in the 12th chapter, I had explained this particular shloka in a different manner. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhuhu ma te sangastu akarmani. The routine translations we all know. But in one of my talk, this peculiar thought came. See, when you are doing something, so find out why we do something, to become miserable or to become happy. To become happy. Now, actions are done in the present. The result will come in the future. And every action has got a different gestation length. Some actions will give result in maybe a day or two. Some of them may take years. Some of them may not give at all in this life, next life. So what we are doing, we are postponing our happiness in the future period of time. This is what Bhagavan says. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't seek happiness through action. Then express happiness in every action. This is the meaning. See? When we are expressing happiness in every action, we will never be miserable in life. But what we do normally, if I do this thing, I will be happy. Watch this thing. This is what I told you a number of times. Learn from every single experience in life. Like one boy probably, somewhere in Delhi, he was so tense. So his mother told Swami is so tense, he is trying to appear for the, some exams. Then he will get this thing, that thing, admission in that particular college. And struggling, and he got the admission. Over. No. Next thing. There is no end to it. Friends, we have to draw a line. Thus far, not further. Therefore, don't seek happiness. Then, why we seek and how we seek happiness? Because I have done this thing, therefore I should get this thing, and if I get that thing, then only I will be happy. So we are creating a conditioned happiness, not unconditioned happiness. Therefore, this is a basic principle in spiritual life. Don't seek happiness through action, but let every action be an expression of happiness. If this is achieved in life, we have taken a big leap on the spiritual path. Otherwise, all the time, मैं इतना गला फाड़ के बताता हूँ लेकिन कोई सुनता नहीं. Because you are not required to talk. Many elderly people in their houses are frustrated because of this. But I am telling you for your good. But we don't want your good. See? Therefore, we are now hereafter instructed that if we are jnanasu but not capable, then what is to be done? Now start learning from your experiences. So don't do this karma, that karma, good karma, bad karma. You don't have to do puja, poti, upasana, never mind. Now this is the sadhana for you. Learn from your own experiences of life. Friends, spiritual practice cannot be taught. We have to learn from your own experiences. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana. If we are able to learn from every single experience of our life, remember, the external guru has appeared in our heart and therefore we are able to learn. Remember this basic principle. Nothing can be taught and nobody can stop us from learning if we are bent upon learning. Like example, Ekalavya, he was denied by Dronacharya, I will not teach you. But he learned. And there are people who are taught, but they just can't learn. So learning is a knack. Exactly. Learning from our every experience is a knack. Now what is that knack? Be attentive. When we learn, what happens? And when we don't learn, what happens? See? When we don't learn, what happens? We create impressions on our mind. And impressions are only two types. Likes or dislikes. There is no third impression. Thereafter, our mind is loaded with personal likes and dislikes about everything. And then those likes and dislikes, they become the propelling force in our day-to-day activity. So who is leading your life, Kam or the Sham? See, Bhagavan says in 3rd chapter, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudbhavaha, Maha ashanaha, Maha papma, Vidnelamiya vairinam. This is desire, alias anger, who compels us, although we don't will, to go the wrong way. Therefore, what is that impact of the desire and anger? Maha ashanaha. Desires can never be fulfilled. You fulfill one desire, second will stand. Then anger can take us to any level and it can destroy our peace. Maha papma can do any pap. Maha papma. Two of them. And what is therefore? Vidhi enam iha vairinam. Therefore, desire, alias anger, they are our enemy number one. An enemy should be killed. Don't get lost in the ahimsa, ahimsa, ahimsa. It's all rubbish. See? Therefore, many times, they for reform, they put the thieves or the criminals in the jail and all that, and after a few years, now he is reformed. Do you think all those years he was sitting quiet? He was planning, the day I go out, I will take Badla. Therefore, a simple rule is, the criminal should be killed without trial. The word for that is atatai. Atatai means your terrorist. They don't deserve any trial. He should be killed. So, this life, if it is taken as a learning ground, then what happens? So when we learn from our experience, then we do not create any impression on our mind in the form of likes and dislikes. And the burden that we all carry in our life is the burden of personal likes and dislikes. And see the funny part. Food, I like this, I don't like this. Clothes, I like this, I don't like this. Place, I like this, I don't like this. Time, I like this, I don't like that. People, I like this, I don't like this. So liking and disliking is common. From the childhood, slowly, we start encouraging the personal likes and dislikes and what we call it as affluence and prosperity. What is affluence and prosperity? Entertaining uncontrolled likes and dislikes. I was somewhere in a Marwadi house. Me and my friend, we were sitting together. In that house there were about 4 or 5 people and about 6-7 servants. And the food was prepared for each person separately. He doesn't like that sabji, for him this sabji. He doesn't like that dal, for him the other dal. Everybody, they can't take the same food. Why? Prosperity appearance. No. Lesser the choices we give ourselves, we are walking the spiritual path. The more the choices we execute, we are samsari. Therefore, this only way is when we are interacting with the world, our attention should be, are we depositing likes and dislikes on our mind? And as age grows, our personal views become very strong. That is why, when the marriages are happening earlier, girl may be 22, 23, boy may be 24, 25, that time they are able to adjust themselves, mold themselves. But when the boy is 35 and the girl is 32, then they come together with the sword in the hand. Because they have already become so strong, very, very destructive personality. I don't like it. You like it, you do it. This is not spiritual life. Therefore, we are to learn from our own experiences that we are the Brahmananda. Don't seek Brahmananda outside. Therefore, Brahmanande, Atmananda. The bliss that we are is the Brahmananda. And every gain is only through knowledge. Gain is not through action. It's only through knowledge. There was one girl or a boy in Kerala somewhere, high school, 10th or 12th standard board examination. And he or she committed suicide. The reason is, she expected that she should come in the merit list. But she had in her own mind that one paper was not really perfect. Therefore, I may lose my merit. Therefore, frustration, she committed suicide. And then when the result came, she was in the merit list. Therefore, we have to again and again realize that happiness is not coming from outside. Happiness is our own essential nature. And that happiness, how it is addressed, is the theme of this chapter. Brahmanande Atmananda. So, Bodhayamasa Maitreyim Yagyavalkyo Nijapriyam Nava Are Patyuhu Arthe Priya Pati Priya Iti Yaran. So here, now the story comes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. That there was a husband, Yagyavalkya, and he had a wife, Maitreyi. See? And Yagyavalkya, he was a great king. He handed over everything to his 2 wives, and he said, now you both of you take this thing, complete world. I go in the forest, I don't want anything. Then Gargi was very happy, thank you very much. And Maitreyi said, you are giving up everything and going. I know you very well. You will never go for a losing bargain. You must be getting something more than 40 years. I want to know that. I don't want this thing. Give everything to her. I don't want. I want that, what you are having or you are seeing. See? Therefore, Yagyavalkya gives instruction to his beloved wife, Bodhayamasa Maitreyim Yagyavalkya Nijapriyam, his most beautiful, sincere, loving wife. He, to make her experience, Bodhayamasa, to make her experience the Brahmananda. See friends, it cannot be given. You have to discover yourself. So bodhayam, see bodha and jnanam, these are two words. What you are hearing is jnanam. What I am experiencing is bodha. So bodha cannot be transferred. Both has to be your own experience. Experience cannot be transferred. Suppose I am eating rasgulla and it is so tasty, so nice. You cannot experience that. You have to eat that rasgulla. Exactly the same way, this Brahmananda cannot be taught. You have to discover yourself. Therefore, bodhayamasa maitreyim yagyavalkya nijapriyam navare pratyuhu arte pati priyaha iti. So he told her with this simple rule. See, Nama are patyuhu arte patihi priya iti. See, the husband is not dear to the wife for the sake of the husband. He is dear to her for her own sake. Like that, there are about half a dozen examples. So, we like, let's say, mango. We don't like mango for the sake of the mango, but for our sake. Then the question will come, why we like everything for our sake, not for the sake of the object? Because we are the source of bliss. That Brahmananda we have to discover. What it is, how it is, we'll keep it for tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru